What's up, YouTube? The Egyptian Prodigy checking in with another Disaster Dragon deck profile update. I did want to wait until I got the deck operating the way that I wanted it to, and tested it at my locals recently, and it works beautifully. Um, I went ahead and I actually started the extra deck. I'm sorry, the side deck. It's not finished yet, but again, it works where it is, and I'm definitely taking suggestions for that. But anyway, let's go ahead and just start the deck profile. To start off, we have the obvious 3 Red Eyes Darkness Metals. Definitely one of the key cards for any dragon deck. Very easy to summon, just remove a dragon type from play, and you get this face up on the field in attack position. And then once it's on the field, once per turn, you can special summon any dragon type from your hand or graveyard. So definitely an essential card. This is 2 copies of Dragunity, Arma, Levyathen. When this card is normal special summon, you can select 1 dragon type in your grave and equip it to this card. And basically the main target for that, as explained in my last video, is going to be Light and Darkness Dragon. Light and Darkness Dragon has an awesome effect of being able to negate all card effects. If you guys want to check out a pretty good video explaining Lad's effect in more detail, go ahead and check out Dragon Duelist Girl's video. It's called Broken Things About Lad. She breaks it down pretty well because it's a very complicated effect. But essentially, this combination is just so you have a Light and Darkness in your grave through plenty of means, whether it be Dragon, Ravine, trade-in, you know, what have you, or even if you're siding in Super Poly, somebody to get this to your graveyard. So you have that in your graveyard, and you special summon Levyathen. So he hits the field. Now you activate his effect to grab Light and Darkness Dragon and equip it to him. Now, once Light and Darkness Dragon or this card is destroyed, essentially you would destroy Levyathen. You would go to your grave, and then you would target Levyathen with Light and Darkness's effect. Levyathen special summoned, and then you use Leviathan's effect to grab Light and Darkness Dragon from the graveyard. So it's a nice little loop. And of course, you can target Red Eyes with Light and Darkness effect as well. 1 copy of Prime Material negates all card destruction, monster destruction, as well as inverting life point burn. Vice Dragon, nice little special summon again to your level 8s. If you don't control any monsters in your your opponent does. 3 copies of Red Eyes Wyvern. This is going to be another key factor in your Dragon Canyon combination. Dragon Canyon really puts the deck together, which I'll get into later, because of this card's effect of being able to be removed from play to special summon a Red Eyes monster from your grave. So essentially, you play Dragon Canyon, you can pitch this from your hand, or even a Red Eyes Darkness Metal from your hand, or whatever, in order to get that in the grave, and then you pitch the Red Eyes Darkness Metal in your graveyard, you remove this from play, and then you get the Red Eyes Darkness Metal. Special summon to the field. 2 Delta Flyer, awesome Dragon Tuner, increases the level of any face-up monster by 1, will come nicely and handy when the Exceed monsters are released as well. So very nice card. Makes Synchron into level 8s for Dragon decks a lot easier. It used to be pretty much impossible. This is the Mass Dragon. When it's destroyed by battle, you can target a 1500 attack or less dragon type monster in your deck and special summon it to the field. So you have another copy of him, Delta Flyer, Totem Dragon, Stardust Xiaolong, Flamvell Guard, you know, all that good stuff. Totem Dragon, awesome card. Basically, if it's in the graveyard during your standby phase and you have any non-dragons in your grave, you can special summon it and use it as 2 tributes for a dragon type. So that's an awesome card. And then the last 2 monsters, Flamvell Guard and Stardust Xiaolong. Flamvell's nice. It's a 2000 defense, level 1 dragon tuner. It's just awesome. Like, just really is. And then Xiaolong is special summon when you use Synchro Stardust, and has to be attacked twice to be destroyed by battle. So that's your Formula Synchron combination right there. Moving to the spells, and again, I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible. Future Fusion, you're targeting 5-headed dragon, dumps 5 cards in the grave. As the old saying goes, if you draw this first turn, your chances of winning increase exponentially. Monster Reborn, of course, staple. Dark Hole, of course, yet another staple. Let's see. Trunade helps clear the field before playing Dragon Canyon or Future Fusion, or it will allow you to recycle to get an extra effect of Dragon Canyon. So if you have it on the field, Dragon Canyon on the field, and you play Trunade, and you activate it again, essentially you get the effect twice. So that's a nice little combo. Of course, you guys know me, 2 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon. I'm a huge fan of this card. I think it's incredible, especially in this new format with, you know, back rows being a huge threat to Dragon decks. 2 copies of trade-in, 4 targets. It's a pretty balanced ratio of 4 targets, 2 trade-ins. So, and you can actually pitch Light and Darkness in this build and be okay. Like, you'll have a way to get it back on the field once it's in the graveyard, which is nice. And then, of course, any Dragon player that tells you that this card is useless in the disaster build, well, that's their opinion. Personally, I love it. It's like a field spell, Foolish Burial for this deck. I mean, it's ridiculous. You're constantly getting exactly what you want in the graveyard, and it's not a matter of your choices being limited or you're not having access to it for 2 turns, like with Gold Sarko. Now, you know, it has a cost of discarding, but essentially, the more cards you discard in this deck, in this particular build, you know, you're okay. You know, like the spells and traps that I run are good to have, but I mean, the object is to wreck your opponent with huge portions of life point burn. So Dragon Canyon definitely makes that possible, and I'll make another video explaining combos with Dragon Canyon or Dragon Ravine, whatever. Depends on when you start playing Yu-Gi-Oh! What you're gonna call it. Traps, Mirror Force, staple. Solemn Judgment, definitely a staple. 7 tools, quickly becoming a staple. And a token card for Dragon decks, because of course we hate traps. Dark Bribe, yet again, same thing as 7 tools. 2 copies of Bottomless, pretty essential. And then finally, 2 copies of Dimensional Prison. Alright, let's see. For the synchros, Formula, Brionac. Those are the only 2 non-dragons, by the way. Exploder Dragon, nice for Spirit Reapers because they're back at 3. Ancient Fairy Dragon, Black Rose Dragon. Nice little addition is Dark End. Target is Vice Dragon and Delta Flyer. It has that ability to send to the graveyard, not destroy, so effects like Stardust won't negate this effect. So it's nice. Scrap Dragon for Red Eyes Darkness Metal abuse. Target itself, destroy a card, Red Eyes Darkness Metal will reborn it. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Of course, the playset for Stardust Dragon. I've given my opinion on this card countless times. This card is just godly. I mean, it's ridiculous. Changed the game, for sure. What other card do you know has been reprinted a bajillion times, and it still has, and each version still holds a significant value. Stardust Dragon, that's it. Red Dragon Archfiend, staple for most decks. It's has nice destruction, especially if you're running something that has the same, you know, winning strategies as this one does. Trident Dragion, same basic topic. Quick OTK if you have your field set up correctly. This thing can hit for 9,000, which is overkill in most cases. Shooting Star Dragon. I did take Red Nova out. Shooting Star is enough. Easiest synchro in this deck. Pretty awesome card. Dragon Knight Draco Equist for those annoying 6 Sams. For absolutely nothing. I mean, 9 chances out of 10 you're going to have a Dragon Synchro on the field, so at least once in the game. And then you just super poly for their stupid 6 Sams and get a plus of a Draco Equus. And then finally, 5-headed dragon. Target a future fusion. I'll go ahead and go through the side deck, what I have so far. Again, it's not complete, so yeah. 2 copies of Super Poly for the 6 Sams and the Draco Equus. 1 Exploder Dragon. I do like this card, but it's unnecessary for my current build. I may put him back in as a main, but I think he's fine as a side. It's just my personal. 2 copies of Quackimiru Drago. Nice little effect. I do special summon a lot though, so sometimes it can be annoying. But definitely with Chaos Sorcerer back at 3, and those Chaos decks becoming more popular, very nice card. And zombies as well are getting popular. Call the Haunted, staple I guess. And then Burst Breath. Burst Breath is nice because you contribute your Levyathen or your Light and Darkness Dragon to nuke the field, so pretty essential card. I like it. But of course, as I stated, it's only useful in like certain situations. It wasn't consistent enough for me in this build, so I like it as a side. But that's all I have, guys. You know, definitely rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll go ahead and post that video now about Dragon Canyon / Dragon Ravine. I appreciate the views. Rate, comment, subscribe. Peace.